All right, everybody, we're coming to you live right here on the seawall of Galveston Bay, and this is hurricane season. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for all you guys who have supported me, and I'm so hyped up to do this, man, because I feel like this is my calling. God give me this knowledge, and I want to share this knowledge, especially with this hurricane season and Hurricane Ida and how much damage it did. Right now, we in the Gulf of Mexico, y'all. You know, when we was in Florida, the reason why this water is so dirty and the water in Florida is so clear and blue is because they are right next to the Atlantic Ocean. That's where the Gulf of Mexico meet up with the Atlantic Ocean. And this is what's causing all this problem with Hurricane Ida, is the Atlantic Ocean. When that Atlantic Ocean comes into this Gulf of Mexico up there in Florida, then as far as the Gulf of Mexico is concerned, the two major bayous, they're not bayous, let me correct that. The two major rivers that flows into this Gulf of Mexico is the Mississippi River, which is the largest river in the world. It's 2,380 miles long. And that's the reason why Louisiana and New Orleans get the majority of the hurricanes that come through here. But today is September the 3rd. We are celebrating the 60th anniversary of Hurricane Carla. In 1961, on September the 3rd, Hurricane Carla came ashore right here on Galveston Gulf of Mexico. And it was the most, is the only hurricane that we ever had that was listed as a Category 5. Hurricane Harvey was a Category 4. Hurricane Ike was a Category 4. Hurricane Alicia, a Category 4. And one thing about September, y'all, is that it is really the most devastated month that we really had our real serious hurricanes. Yes, Ike came in September. Hurricane Carla came in September. Yes, Hurricane Harvey was the most devastated hurricane that we had in Houston. And I'm saying this because this is what all happened for us right here in this Galveston Bay, Gulf of Mexico. Because see, what happens here at the Gulf of Mexico, a little bit further down, that's where the Brazos River meet up with the Gulf of Mexico, and that's in Freeport. And seeing that Brazos River is the one control all our bayous here in Houston. Yes, it controls all our bayous here in Houston. Number one, when the Brazos River comes off of the Gulf of Mexico in Freeport, and I did that on the Brazos River. But let's take it from the beginning of the Gulf of Mexico, where we at right now. We in Galveston. Freeport is the other end of the Gulf. And right here is Galveston. It's part of the Buffalo San Jacinto River, and it even ties into the Trinity. But Trinity River don't affect Houston. Trinity River kind of really affect Montgomery County. You know, it's what Montgomery County, that's out there by Conroe, New Waverly, out that way. We're talking about something that's that is our concern, and that is Houston. And when this Gulf of Mexico goes out there, and then out there in Freeport, that Brazos River, which is a total of 1,280 miles long, y'all. That Brazos River runs all the way through Texas. That Brazos River even run all the way through Texas, even through El Paso. And then where it started at is in New Mexico. But how it affects us here in Houston, because the Brazos River flows out in the southwest. The Brazos River give water to Barker's reservoir. You know, I'm so excited, y'all. And that Barker's reservoir, which is over there off of Highway 6, it connects into Kagan Bayou. Kagan Bayou, I showed you, it connects into Brays Bayou, where it dumps its water at. Okay, now the Brazos River goes down a little bit further and dumps some more water in the Addicks Reservoir, and that's over there off of I-10. And that reservoir starts the Buffalo Bayou. And the Buffalo Bayou flows all the way through downtown. And like I told you in the other, like we said in the other videos, White Oaks Bayou, which is one of the biggest bayous, ties into Buffalo Bayou. See, and Buffalo Bayou is trying to get to San Jacinto River, where it can unload some of that water. But it unloads a little of the water there at the Port of Houston as it travels through downtown, through Fifth Ward, all the way out towards I-10 on the other side of Pleasantville, what you might can say Channelville, where it meets up with the San Jacinto River and it releases all of the water. But now we going on the south side now, because the south side is where all your universities, the medical center, and a lot of other Braeswood, you know, we're talking about West University. But when that comes through on Kagan Bayou, when Kagan Bayou bring that water all the way on through, and when Kagan bring that water through, it's gonna dump that water in the Brays Bayou, right there on that corner of Braeswood and Gessner. And then but before it gets to Braeswood and Gessner, where it starts at is really right there off of I-10. And you might as well say I-10, because you're talking about the Addicks Reservoir, right off of I-10 and Highway 6. And when it comes on through, and it meets up there with White Oaks Bayou, which is over there by the Heights. And that's bringing all that water out there from the north side, including Greens Bayou, which is out there by Greens Point. All that water got to travel through the White Oaks. White Oaks got to release that water to Buffalo. That's on the north side. On the south side, you're talking about Braeswood, the Brays Bayou. Well, when that Brays Bayou gets there on Post Oak and Braeswood, it's bringing all that water from Sims Bayou, from Harlem Clark out there to put in there. And then when it gets to 288, it's bringing in some more water from Sims Bayou. But you got to remember, we're here now, we done did this, we're here now talking about the hurricane and the 60th anniversary of Hurricane Carla, which is the only Hurricane 5 category that I ever lived through, and I'm 73 years old. And I was at Miller Junior High School in 1961 when Hurricane Carla came through here. And how they category it is, it's not by the water, it's by the wind. See, Hurricane Harvey dumped more water than any other hurricanes, but it didn't have a big wind factor like Hurricane Carla. The wind factor in Hurricane Harvey wasn't even as bad as Hurricane Alicia. But I showed you that the water that's coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, it's got to release itself to the Brazos River. And this Gulf of Mexico, it goes all the way up there towards Florida, where in Florida it meets up with the Atlantic Ocean, and that's where you cause your problem there. That's the reason why you have all that stuff from New York and up there on the East Coast, because of the Atlantic. The Gulf is through. After the Gulf, and most of it goes out, right out into the Mississippi. The Mississippi, Louisiana got the Mississippi River that's going to take the water out of this Gulf. Houston, Texas got the Brazos River that's going to take all of that water out of the Gulf. So you see why we are here. Because Hurricane Carla came September 3rd when it came in the shore. But it hit Galveston September 11th. When we felt it in Houston, September 11th, 1963. Now, we're in September. Our two major hurricanes came in September, because in September the 8th, Hurricane Ike came, and right now we're in September the 3rd. You know, we don't really come out of this until really, you might as well say October. Well, we really don't know, you know, well, we really ain't got to worry with it. Really in November, we didn't wave through the storm. So Thanksgiving is not only a good time to be thankful that you're here, but also if you're living in Houston and living on that Gulf Coast, Thanksgiving is the thing to be thankful to God that you made it through the hurricane season. And hurricane season don't end until November 2021. We're right here on the seawall of the Gulf of Mexico here in Galveston. And as you can see, there is the people working, trying to make sure when if a hurricane do come through Galveston, they will be prepared. And that's why you'll see they moving all of the sand, and trying to push it up against the wall so it won't affect I would say the people here in Galveston County, and up here in Galveston. And as we go around, we will show you. See, because when that hurricane come through here, if it one do, it's gonna be total. And if it's like winds like Hurricane Ida and any of the hurricanes that we have had in the past, the water gonna go over there. Yeah, we're talking about 120 miles an hour wind, and you're talking about waves up to 15, 20 feet high. And as we go around, we will show you that that is the Gulf of Mexico. And that water will push all the way back. And over you're looking at over there, that's part of the Gulf of Mexico where it's coming from Florida. That's why Florida is such a big part of us. And then as we go around, and you will see, well, the Gulf of Mexico will come all the way, right now we're in Galveston, and it'll come all the way around, and it will connect over here towards Freeport. And that's what affect us, because that's when the Brazos River will meet up with the Gulf of Mexico. And everybody's getting prepared. All right, everybody, this is the Brazos River you're looking at. Now see, as you can see over here at the Brazos River, now when Hurricane Harvey came here, water was all the way up to where you see those trees at. See, and this is the Brazos River. And you can see how low the Brazos River is. So in case a hurricane do come through Galveston County and come to Galveston and hit the shores of Galveston and headed towards Brazoria County, which that's where the Brazos River meets up with the Gulf of Mexico. And this is the Brazos River. You're looking at the mouth of the Brazos River, and right over on this side over here is Sugar Land. Now on the other side over there is Richmond. And right here is when the Brazos River comes together and it meets up with our Harris County and Houston, Texas, what they call our reservoir. And our reservoir is out on Barker's Reservoir is on Highway 6, and you might say Harwin. And the Barker's Reservoir ties into Brays Bayou, which Kagan Bayou.
The Barker's reservoir ties into Kagan Bayou. And right here is the Brazos River. It's the one supplying water to not only to the Barker's reservoir, but it also carrying in water into the Addicks Reservoir. The Addicks Reservoir is where the Buffalo Bayou starts at. And the Barker's is over here on the south side. That's where Kagan Bayou ties in. Remember, Kagan Bayou ties in to Brays Bayou. And we're live right here on the Brazos River. And this is the Brazos River. And the Brazos River is going to take the water from Freeport, which is the Gulf of Mexico. And this is why it interfered with us here in Houston. And right here, we're live. And seeing, like I say, when Hurricane Harvey came, the bayou was way up there to the top before Hurricane Harvey even came. Now, let me show you on the other side, right over here. On that side over there, the water was all the way up to the trees before Hurricane Harvey came.